Good morning, I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you here already Wednesday, talking to you about you and your business. And we have a lot to cover on today's program. One of my contributors, a relatively new one, but does a phenomenal job bringing great guests and lots of information about what's happening out there in the business front, and particularly in the technology front. Sam Coyl, he's an entrepreneur extraordinaire with a company called Netrepid. That's NETREPID.com, Netrepid.com. And you guys are really leaders in IT development. Kind of tell us your elevator speech, if you will, Sam, as you introduce yourself, and then introduce your guest today, and welcome.
Sure. Good morning. Our company is focused largely on the IT services related to virtualization and cloud services, extending more of the enterprise technology out to kind of all those companies that might need it, regardless of kind of their size. And this morning I have Dan with us. He's from OpenDNS. He's got some interesting discussion about big data for us.
Very good, and welcome to the program. We're glad to have you on, Dan.
Hi, thank you very much, and great to be here.
Tell us a little bit about OpenDNS before we begin our discussion.
Sure. OpenDNS operates the world's largest cloud security network, and our whole goal is to protect our customers and organizations around the world from the most advanced threats that are out there.
Very good. Go right ahead, Sam, with your first question.
Well, Dan, we wanted to talk about big data this morning, and I know most of our listeners have heard of that, but not necessarily really understand what it really is. I thought maybe you could help by defining kind of big data for everybody so we can get this kicked off.
Yeah, definitely. So, big data has been hyped a lot, and really I like to distill it down really simply as the ability to utilize data as, a key asset in order for your company to really enhance decision-making, discovery, and, optimize process within the company. And, of course, in our side, big data is all about security and the ability to effectively predict threats and connect kind of disparate pieces of information into actionable intelligence.
Yeah, and that is obviously the threats. There's a lot of them out there, aren't there? If it's not governmental ones like China, then there's, groups like Anonymous. There's a lot of problems out there. It's dicey.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yes, it's, there's more threats than ever, and they're definitely more sophisticated than they have been in the past.
Yeah, Sam?
Hey, Sam, we've talked in the past about big data being used for more data mining on business intelligence kind of side. That's probably the most common topic. How does big data really apply to a security situation?
Really, the ability to harvest massive amounts of data is really key in identifying threats, attackers and threat networks in order to protect your company before the threat actually is out in the wild and infecting customers. And moving forward, that's going to become more and more important as the threats, evolve and become more and more sophisticated.
Yeah, and all the headlines seem to be attributed to, things I alluded to, things like China and Anonymous. You got to be a pretty big player to be harassed by those kind of people, those kind of groups. But the reality is that there's so much technology out there that's sinister with agendas that are just out there roaming out there waiting to encounter your technology. Isn't that true?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely, from the attacker's perspective, also data is their new currency, and the ability to, for the criminal networks to make money off of your information and your data is there. And, of course, the ability, for more advanced attackers to disrupt infrastructure and potentially get your data is also happening more and more frequently.
Yeah, no question about it. Go ahead, Sam.
But then how should an IT department in an organization be prepared to start leveraging these amounts of data to protect themselves? What should they be doing?
First and foremost, they should look, at cloud solutions like ours for the practitioners, the security practitioners out there, which is really looking for solutions that really can help change and improve their security posture from a reactive to a predictive model. And then also for the investigators and the kind of, the larger, more sophisticated customers, they should look at kind of their data as a key element to intelligence and being able to discover things within their network and combine that with solutions like ours to, of course, help protect their employees and their data moving forward.
Very, very interesting. And so, how old is your company? I mean, I've heard of you guys. Actually, you're one of those IT companies that's been around quite a while. I know I'm familiar with your name and some of what you've done before today's show.
Yeah, definitely. We've been around since 2006, but really in 2009 we really started down the path of becoming a security leader, and really started using our data and our massive internet infrastructure to protect customers, regardless of where they are on any device anywhere around the world.
Sam, go right ahead.
Well, Dan, so the IT guys need to start working on how to position themselves. As a business owner, somebody who may not understand technology, what should they take back to their teams after listening to this show to get everyone thinking in the right train of thought?
Yeah, one thing they should do is kind of understand that there are new solutions out there to an ever increasingly challenging problem, which is the challenge of the attackers coming after their employees and their data. And the solution is not really about these reactive technologies or dropping in appliances because in software, because nowadays their employees are probably working from anywhere at any time, and their data is quite often outside of their infrastructure. So really looking at cloud-based solutions to help protect their customers, and big data is a key element of that.
Yeah, no question about it. Kind of give us an overview of your type of clientele. I noticed there on your website, and I want to encourage people to check out the website for your company, which is opendns.com. You got some pretty big brands there. What's the range in terms of size of business of clients that you have?
Yeah, well, what's really interesting about security is, our solution works everything from, a 50-user company all the way up to a Fortune 50 company. We are very strong in distributed enterprise and Wi-Fi, and people that have Wi-Fi, and offices that, have a more more compelling data that the attackers are going after. So anyone that is, obviously in aerospace and energy and places where definitely security is top of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam, we got about a minute left. You want to wrap up our conversation today? And by the way, Sam Coyl, he is from Netrepid, Netrepid. Phenomenal company, Netrepid.com. And then Dan Hubbard, our guest today with OpenDNS.com. Any final thoughts, Sam?
Yeah, Dan, I just you'd mentioned a couple industries that should definitely be looking at this. Who would you say are your top five type industries that should be really taking this to heart after they hear it?
Yeah, I would say the energy, aerospace, financials, then retail and hospitality, and anyone that essentially has a distributed enterprise of any sort.
Yep. Thanks to both of you gentlemen. Enjoyed it very much. Appreciate the information. And as always, Sam, we love getting you back on the program. Looking forward to your next guest. I'm Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business, and you are listening to Business Talk 1110 AM KPEK.